I begin today by acknowledging the Yagera people, the traditional custodian of the land on which the Geddes Park is situated today, and pay my respect to their elders, past, present, and future. I extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people today. Place is not just geographical space, but has notions of culture, ethics, history, and politics embedded in it. For Aboriginal people, place is a reminder of conquest, a symbol of identity, and an eternal connection with the living and non living. From this perspective, place is a pedagogical contact zone, an entanglement of living and non living that tells how these entanglements occur, what causes the entanglement, and how we can learn from and with the place. The Aboriginal community has directed the best way of this learning, which is place, thought, walk. When I walk in the park, learning was omnipresent in the park. The flow of water in creek has rules of gravity embedded in it. The structure of tree, its balance on roots, the colors of its leaves and trunk, its growth cycle, all has these results of scientific processes. The color and composition of soil, the structure of pebbles and stones around and beneath the creek water is another example of presence of science. Science model informing our understanding of physical and natural world and of wider universe. When I looked at the sun, its rays straining through leaves, creating silhouettes of trees, gleaming the dewdrops on the grass, or shimmering the spiderwebs, it presented a beautiful amalgamation of science and nature for me. The chorus of birds, signaling the dawn, birds poking at the grass, signaling their hunt for food are scientific events. For me, the clothes shielding me from the cold weather, the crisp morning breeze I inhaled and felt filling my lungs, eyes beholding white clouds contrasting the blue skies, the sound of barking dogs, moving train, chirping birds, whisper of flowing water, rustling leaves in the wind, the visible vapor coming from my mouth, cheeks and hand, freezing in early morning 9-degree temperatures, all these are components of science, giving me a concrete understanding of natural phenomena happening around me. It makes me feel grateful to be able to marvel the natural beauty with the help of science. I felt an intimate, unadulterated, and conscious connection with the nature. However, when I saw the flattened dead frog, a child swing on the tree, trimmed grass with mulch to stop the growth, the log tree trunk, I felt encroachment on place ecological identity I was basking in a moments ago. It made me question the agentic rights of natural elements. Does the element really have agency? The ability to make decisions, choices, to survey events, to influence their own world? When anyone can cut, modify, or kill them? For any Shinabi people, place is alive, agentic, and thinking. But as an non Aboriginal, I couldn't find where land's agency is when the same land has been snatched from the true owners, where we humans have concreted the land for own benefits, when we have logged or cut without asking, telling, or even care. I could see and feel land is alive, but having agency is something that I fail to see. Latour has said, the more you learn, the more differences exist. Perhaps that's the case for me. I need to think with place so that I can pay attention to the layers of encryption on a place. Like when I think of a park or natural place, what first comes to my mind is open space, lush greenery, and cluster of trees. For me, this space is the visual representation of the mathematical spatial concepts. Similarly, the shape of birds, trees, leaves, the size, width, height of grass, bridge, pebbles, wooden planks on the bridge, tree trunk, etc., are the mathematical equations. The symmetry of bridge, the pebbles lined as levee for creek, are example of mathematical application in the park. The grouping of non-living objects apart from living ones like human beings, dogs, birds is mathematical classification concepts. The pattern on trees is another clear example of maths in the nature. Maths is discovery, use of elements and patterns in measurement, space, and time. When the sun rises and birds start chirping, this everyday pattern signifies the synchronization of time and space by living and non-living elements. The quantity of leaves on one tree in comparison to another one is mathematical exploration and problem solving. What interests me the most was the shape of trees where I could find alphabets, numbers, and patterns in them. All these experiences have made me feel like I have attempted to listen, not hear, tried to observe, not see, and think with this place in a living entity with carved history, a preceptor for present pedagogy, and someone whose future is threatened with existential crisis due to human encroachment.